What's up, guys? It's your girl Samar. Welcome back to the front line. Come on in the van. I have been recording this thing and re-recording this thing because it is just so much information that I really don't even understand in this moment how to bring it all to you guys. This one right here is a big one, guys. Yeah, it is. I discovered this guy 2 years ago when I was woken up to who I was. Just like you guys, I used to get on here and look for truth. And just like you guys, I counted on somebody who I felt like, you know what I'm saying, was like understanding things, or, and it was different people at different times, you know what I'm saying? So this isn't about anybody specific, but what I'm saying is that I was just seeking, and I didn't have the confidence that I have today, guys. A lot of it is thanks to you guys too. You'll send me a message, right when I'm feeling like, what are you doing, Samar? Why are you doing this? Nobody's listening. I'll get a message from one of you guys. And you let me know you're listening. Thank you for that. Because it reminds me of why I do this and who I do it for. That this is not about just me. It's about my nation. Our nation. Who we once were. I do this for you guys. Thank you for coming back every week. Thank you for trusting me. I don't take that lightly. Guys, this guy right here, man. This dude. Y'all see that hand? I'm going to do y'all one better. Do y'all see this crunchy, dried out hand that they've been saving? Must be pretty important, huh? They saving it. They calling it the holy right hand of Stephen the First, King of Hungary. They are saving this thing. They said the holy right hand is a Hungarian national and Catholic relic, said to be the naturally mummified right hand of Stephen the First, first King of Hungary, also called Saint Stephen, huh? Reminds me of Stephen the Martyr even, huh? Like in Christianity, like how they give you that right hand of fellowship. Is that the right hand of Stephen? Huh? Look at that date. Remember that date, y'all. That ain't no coinky dinky. Trust and believe. Not when it come to this dude. Oh, he's very important. I'm going to show y'all something. We have to go to the scriptures. Here he is again. In America. Snitching. Look. He got the friar behind him. Check him out. Pointing the way. Y'all know why I'm showing this dude? Not just because this happened here and we the people. And not just because they're saving his hand, that crunchy hand I showed y'all. No, but because we found out that he's actually a Judahite. I do believe, guys. I mean, they left us a clue. They sure did. And we're going to talk about that clue because I think this guy is very important. He was snitching, guys. Look at the saguaro in the background. That's America, guys. That don't grow everywhere. Do your research. That's native to the Americas. Found only in the Sonora Desert. So we know where this Judahite was at snitching. Do you know what he did it for? Do you know how that hand got old and crunchy and they wanted to save it? For this crown. What did I tell y'all? Judah likes crowns, don't he? Who does that look like on Stephen's crown? Huh? And that funny looking cross, huh? Who's under that cross? Let's go look and see. Well, who does that look like, guys? Y'all know who it looked like. A son coming to save you, right? They always telling you that a son is coming to save you. Look, he got a book in his hand. What book he got in his hand? Please tell me. Put the book down, sir. Please do. You don't know what to do with that. Check it out. Look, this is what we got sold out for. Take a long, hard look at it. Trust and belief. I want to go to this verse here in the book, guys. It's going to be in Genesis 38. I almost wanted to call it the Torah. We're Ephraim, guys. I have to correct even myself as we go along, guys. I started with my name. Notice, guys, I'm trying to say Ephraim and not Israel. Guys, we didn't even read the Torah. We read the Pentateuch. Check it out. Genesis 38. This is a bit of a long story, but it's going to be a part of our series. I told you guys, they came here, ran off with these people that they let in, took the riches from Ephraim, made themselves kingdoms over there. Today we're going to start with Hungary. Every nation we can point out for a fact is going to fall under this series. It's been a game for them, guys. A Game of Thrones. Check it out. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned into a certain Adullamite, whose name was Hira. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua, and he took her and went in unto her. So Judah running around sleeping with Canaanites. Okay? Just so you know. Check it out. Good old cousin Judah. And she conceived and bare a son, and he called his name like an error maybe. Sorry. Couldn't help myself, y'all. And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Onan. And she yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. And he was at Shabbos, and when she bare him. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. Okay, guys? And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. And Judah said unto Onan, Go in unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, raise up seed to thy brother. Because he's supposed to do that. If his brother dies, that's the custom. You're supposed to marry the wife of your brother, so that she's not brought to shame, so that she stays in the family and she's taken care of, supposedly. All right. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. Wait a second. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass, when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother, which is wicked, all right, guys, because he basically slept with her just to sleep with her. He didn't sleep with her to give the woman another baby, to bring her into the family. He just slept with her because he wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed to be the custom. You're not supposed to just sleep with your brother's wife when he dies just to humiliate her, just to sleep with her. You know what I mean? So this is the type of stuff, though, that the Judahites was doing. We already saw these sexual tactics with them. They running around raping people, right? They are coming back from Babylon with honey trap tactics using Esther, right? They are at Baal of Peor having a good old time. So all of these things are always tying back to Judah as it pertains to some sort of sexual immorality. All right. And the thing which he did, we intend, displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also. Then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, Remain a widow at thy father's house. He wanted her to stay at his house, okay? And just don't be with nobody till Shelah, my son, be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he die also as his brothers did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. Right, because now he wants her to wait for the younger son, because the custom is one of the brothers is supposed to marry her because her husband died. All right, and he is convincing her to do this. He has said to her, come on over, stay at the house till this dude grow up right here, right? All right. And in the process of the time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died, and Judah was comforted and went up unto his sheep shearers to Timnath, he and his friend Hira the Adullamite. And it was told Tamar, saying, Behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnath to shear his sheep. And she put her widow's garment off from her, and covered her with a veil, wrapped herself, and sat in an open place, which is by the way to Timnath. For she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. So she basically realizes, look, this dude has lied to me and has me waiting, you know what I mean? And I guess she knows that she can't wait but for so long and still have a child. It seems like she's focused on having a child, right? When Judah saw her, he thought her to be a harlot because she'd covered her face. And he turned unto her by the way and said, Go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. For she said, What wilt thou give me, that thou mayest come in unto me? And he said, I'll send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, Wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, What pledge shall I give you? So she's smart. She like, you ain't going, because she already know the other dude done took an advantage of her. She's definitely trying to get a kid out of this. But she's also definitely trying to make sure that she don't get taken advantage of. She's really playing this harlot part, you know what I mean? Where she's going to make sure she get paid for her services, I guess. And she said, Wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, we right here, What pledge shall I give thee? And she said, Thy signet, and thy bracelets, and thy staff that is in thine hand. And he gave it to her. And he came in unto her, and she conceived by him. So even though she done had this baby, she's got personal effects of Judas. All right, she's got the bracelet, the signet ring, okay, and the staff. And she arose and went away and laid by her veil from her and put on the garment of her widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend the Adullamite to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. So he had actually sent the goat, but see, she's smart enough that she don't want to give away the bracelet, the staff, and the ring in exchange for the goat, because then she wouldn't have any evidence. She's really smart. Y'all gonna see why. So let's keep on going. We're in number 21. Then he asked the men of that place, saying, Where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, There was no harlot in this place. And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. And Judah said, Let her take it to her, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hasn't found her. And it came to pass about 3 months after, that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar thy daughter-in-law hath played the harlot, and also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, Bring her forth, and let her be burnt. When she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, By the man whose these are, am I with child. And she said, Discern, I pray thee, whose are these, the signet and bracelet and staff. So she basically sent him his own stuff. He had declared she's supposed to be burnt. But she's smart. She's got his stuff. She sent it to him and said, Well, this is who I'm pregnant by. And Judah acknowledged them and said, She have been more righteous than I, because that I gave her not to Shelah my son, and he knew her again no more. And it came to pass in the time of her travail, that behold, twins were in her womb. And it came to pass when she travailed, that the one that put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound upon his hand a scarlet thread. I want y'all to pay close attention to that. Saying, This came out first. And it came to pass, as he drew back his hand, that behold, his brother came out. And she said, How hast thou broken forth? This breach be upon me. Therefore his name was Pharez. And afterwards came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was Zerah. Just so y'all know, Zerah means bright. Okay? No, maybe Zara. Yeah, Zara means bright. Okay? But notice, Zara got the scarlet thread upon his hand, right? Because his hand came out first. So technically, he was the first to breach his mama. Okay? Good old Zara had a scarlet thread. And I'm going to show y'all how this scarlet thread is going to lead us to Judah. Check it out, guys. Remember that crunchy hand I showed y'all? Y'all remember it. Well, that crunchy hand is holding on to a few relics. You'll notice. I'm going to zoom on in for you guys. Look at that. Looks like some rubies, some pearls, some gold. Right? And what do you know? What is that? That looks like a scarlet thread to me. Doesn't it? I do believe. Now, why would that be on the case of that crunchy hand? I wonder who put that there, and Why would they put that there? Hmm? The scepter shall not depart, nor lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh. Huh, St. Stephen? It's a Judahite, guys. And they left us a clue. On the holy right hand of Stephen the first king of Hungary. Well, didn't I say that they took the resources and ran? Didn't I show you Stephen snitching? Pointing the way to the Americas? Because we got that saguaro. Oh, you better believe that tree is witnessing. It can only be planted in this hemisphere, guys. They're going to try to tell you as we go along on this journey, they're going to try to that he wasn't in the Americas. They're going to try to tell you that Stephen the First reigned in the 1000s. They're going to try to tell you that Stephen the Moor isn't Stephen the First. Guys, we're going to see so many parallels and overlapping when it comes to this man. But you best believe it's a wayward cousin. And he's one and all in the same. He is Stephen the First. He is Stephen the Moor. He is Esteban. He is Vach. Oh, he got a lot of aliases. He was all over the place. But you know what? I outsmarted his ass. Yeah, I did. Look, I even outsmarted ChatGPT. I just act like I knew it, guys. I just act like I knew he took the money and ran. Because I had already proved about 2 years ago that this dude was one and the same. I just didn't make the connection until I saw this. That red thread. Look what I asked ChatGPT. How did Stephen the Moor escape from America to become Stephen the First of Hungary? Stephen the Moor, who later became Stephen First of Hungary, had a fascinating journey before assuming the throne. His birth name was Vach, and he was the son of a Magyar tribal leader. Now let me tell y'all something about the Magyars. The Magyar kings, they're in the Torah. Sorry, the Pentateuch, guys. I believe these are kings that were fighting Joshua. They go back way back, guys. Oh yeah, there's a lot of histories with this Magyar people, guys. Arpad. Remember that word, guys? The vampire word? Oh, we're going to trace St. Stephen all the way to Transylvania with that crunchy hand of his, huh? We're going to go on a journey. But y'all best believe this is what we were sold out for. Right here. Stephen was given that crown. He was given that crown by the Pope. Check it out. Let's keep going. Before assuming the throne, his birth name was Vach, and he was the son of a Magyar tribal leader, Grand Prince Giza of the Hungarians. While he was still a child, he was taken as a hostage by the Byzantine Empire. However, the idea of him being in America during this period is a misunderstanding, as there is no historical evidence suggesting any connection between Stephen and the Americas. But you're going to call him Stephen the Moor and tell me there's no connection between him and the Americas? We're going to disprove that in this Game of Thrones, guys. We're going to prove that there's very much a connection of Stephen the Moor in America. Okay, guys? So pay that no mind. ChatGPT don't want you to realize he's one and the same because the timeline don't match. If he's Stephen the Moor, he's supposed to be Stephen the Moor here in what, the 1500s? But he's also Stephen the first King of Hungary in the year 1000. And he's also Stephen the Martyr and Saint Stephen in BC, whenever, with right after JC death. Guys, this thing gonna jump all over the place. I'm trying to tell you something. But don't lose focus, because it's just gonna reaffirm to you guys that yes, the timelines have been messed with. For a fact. That's all it's gonna do. So let's keep going. So, right, they're going to tell us, however, the idea of him being in America during this period is a misunderstanding. There's no historical evidence suggesting any connection between Stephen and the Americas. The Stephen the Moor title likely refers to his youth when he was influenced by Byzantine culture, and Moor may have been a misnomer. No, it ain't. Stephen, after being educated in the Byzantine Empire and becoming a Christian, eventually returned to Hungary where he consolidated power. Right, because he's one of the first kings of Hungary baptized. He's also the king that instituted churches paying a tithe. Did y'all know that? Yeah, St. Stephen is a trip, man. He's celebrated twice a year in Hungary. They're saving his crunchy hand. Judah got the scepter. Check it out. This is just one of these kingdoms, guys. Oh, there's going to be many. There's going to be many, because all I had to do was trace his pedigree backwards. That's it. I even traced it forward to see where he wound up, guys. And you know where he wound up? Right back here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's the grandfather of George Washington. Right back here. So George Washington is Judah. Not saying he's the pale George Washington that we've been shown, but you best believe he's Judah too. Check it out. Watch. You seen that string, right? I showed you the string. They didn't just throw this on this man's crunchy hand for no reason. It ain't just sitting in the basilica. They got all of his little relics. Oh yeah. It was very important to them to hold on to these relics. Look who's under the little crooked cross. Good old son coming to save you. Check it out. That's all they got around this crown of his. Besides pearls and all kind of other things up here, whatever kind of stones these are, rubies, emeralds. Yeah, this is Saint Stephen for you. Stephen the Moor, the Judahite snitch who took the riches and made himself a kingdom. And I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all just how he did it in this Game of Thrones. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.